Games are hitting $80. We know that thanks to Mario Kart World. But now we've got a big name developer saying that real fans will find a way to pay $80. And that has sparked
oh boy, let's see if Switchforce is actually going to keep his stance with the CEO of Borderlands 4, because we damn well know that he doesn't do that with Nintendo. Let's get into it.
a huge debate across the internet for gamers about what it means to be a real fan and how we feel about Randy Pitchford's words telling us that if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to pay the big bucks. So
that's complete BS. We should not have to pay $80 for Borderlands 4. We should have to pay $80 for anything. And I have a feeling that he's not going to sit there and say, he's probably going to be like, well, games are going to go up because of inflation. He's going to give every excuse in the book. Just you wait, because that's what he did with Nintendo.
What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from Switchforce. I want to talk about it and hear from you on if you feel like this is stepping over a line, if this is Randy Pitchford and a developer just going too far. Would you pay $80 for Borderlands 4?
Hell no, absolutely not. Nobody should be paying $80 for Borderlands 4, and you know that.
Would you pay $80 for Mario Kart World? Where are you at in this conversation? So we dive straight into Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox.
Holy shit, he's not even going to do his good morning for once. I think he's watching my videos. I am proud of you.
The makers of Borderlands 4 and a dude that was featured in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct reveal presentation with Borderlands 4. He thinks he's a magician. He's also made some very successful games, and Borderlands 4 looks to be great, and it seems like it's going to be day and date on Switch 2.
Okay, this is kind of off topic, but why are you talking about Borderlands 4 but yeah, Mario Kart World footage? That makes no sense. I understand that your channel name is Switchforce, but it makes no sense to put a Mario Kart World footage when you're talking about Borderlands 4. How does that make any sense, Zach?
All of that so far is cool. But at a recent panel at the IGN Expo, a fan told Randy, this game better not be $80.
Agreed. It shouldn't be $80. It should be $60 or $50.
Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed this notion of constant increase of the price tag.
Well, unfortunately, fanboys will. Just look at this guy, for example, with his jizz-stained hair from Doug Bowser. He sat there and bought the bundle. He would sit there and gladly pay probably $200 for Mario Kart World.
And Randy said, not my call. If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. If you're a real fan, you will pay $80.
I cannot believe he said that. Have they learned at all from what Doug Bowser said, and especially that guy before Phil Spencer that said about the Xbox One? Why have these people not learned how to sit there and speak correctly? You do not sit there and say such things. That is ridiculous. It doesn't matter if you're a real fan or not. You should never pay $80 for a video game.
And that's where this video just turns into an open forum. I want your take. I'm going to give you my take.
Well, hurry up and get to the damn point already. I'm already 3 minutes into this damn video and you have yet to sit there and give your take.
Let's finish the quote. Randy said, my local game store had Starlight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen.
I don't give two shits what you used to do back in the 90s. Do you think any of us care? Money went a lot further back in the 90s. Yeah, $80 was expensive for a video game back then. Still expensive now, but everything else was not nearly as expensive. I remember when you could sit there and get a gallon of gas for under $1.
Now, let me break this down for you, okay? Games are $80. Right, we know Microsoft is going to be bumping their games. Mario Kart World is already that price.
Yes, because of fanboys like you that refuse to do the right thing. Maybe if you would sit there and mobilize your subscribers and be like, no, we will not pay these $80 prices. We will hold the line, refuse to sit there and pay them so the games can go down, so everybody can enjoy these games. But of course, cowards like you won't do it.
Randy has not committed to any price for Borderlands 4, and his response here makes it seem like Borderlands 4 could be $80.
It's most likely going to be.
The fact is, games are more expensive. Games already have reached that price point.
Expedition 33 says otherwise.
And in a way, Randy is not factually wrong, right?
Are you kidding me? He don't just lick the boots of Doug Bowser. Now he's licking the boots of this Randy guy?
People are going to buy Mario Kart World.
Yes, because of fanboys like you that brainwash their poor subscribers into buying these terrible price products.
People will buy Borderlands 4.
Well, with that attitude and with your jizz-stained colored hair, of course they will. I know he's wearing a hat, but if you go watch his other videos, he'll sit there and show his hair and it's dyed and patches blonde. You know, understand why I'm saying that.
People will buy Xbox games this holiday, and people will buy GTA 6 when it's 80 or 90 or 100.
That if it will be, it better not sit there and get up to $90 or $100, or the rest of us in this community will be blasting them and holding them accountable. But of course, unlike people like you, will sit there and bend the knee and let your backs get blown out by these corporations.
The issue though, Randy, is that this is not the reason why games should be $80.
What are you talking about? There's absolutely no reason for the base standard edition of a game to be $80.
If the reason you're establishing for why games are $80 is because fans will find a way, that's not why games should be $80.
There is absolutely no reason why games should be $80. But you think that only Gearbox is doing this? This is what Nintendo is doing. How come you haven't been saying this crap to Nintendo about Mario Kart World?
And I am pissed off about paying $80 if that's the reason.
You should be pissed off no matter what reason it is to pay $80. But how come you're not holding the same energy towards Nintendo?
If the reason is that Gearbox and Take-Two and Nintendo just know that fans will find a way, because
now you're getting it. You know damn well that's the reason why Nintendo and Gearbox are all raising these prices like that, because they know, including Microsoft, they know that people will pay them. And we damn well know fanboys like you will pay them.
Like, I'm buying a Nintendo Switch 2, I'm getting the bundle, but if I didn't get the bundle, I'd buy Mario Kart World.
Oh, trust me, we all know that you would have bought it at full price. It does not surprise any of us that you would have done that. So yeah, you say $30 with the bundle, but you overpaid $120 for the console. Congratulations.
I'm also a pretty big Borderlands fan, so I would buy Borderlands 4. And I'm sure a lot of you out there are buying Mario Kart World.
Absolutely not. I am not paying for an overpriced game like Mario Kart World.
Look, there's a lot of good reasons for why a game should go up in price. You can disagree that...
Absolutely not. No game should go up to $80. Stop bootlicking here.
There's no reason, but if games are getting more expensive to make, if the games are worth more and bigger...
No game is worth $80. If they can't make their money back selling it for like $50 or $60, guess what? Make a better game then.
Right, if the team size is increasing, if there's tariffs and things like that, if you have a justifiable reason.
Tariffs don't even affect the video games, especially the digital versions. What the hell are you talking about? Now you're just grasping for straws.
Where you can point and say, hey, Borderlands 4 is huge, okay? Borderlands 4 is, 2.25 times bigger than Borderlands 3.
And that is not justified for overpricing it.
It's got X number of playable characters, X number of missions. The team was 300 people. It took this many years. It cost this many dollars.
Okay, guess what? When it comes to the budget, if they're not able to budget correctly, guess what? That's not my fucking problem. We should not have to overpay for games because they can't budget correctly.
That's why it's $80. Like, level with me and be honest, and I can understand.
There is no understanding. You cannot understand. There is no way to justify an $80 price tag, Zach. You should know this. There is no reason. They can sit there and drop it down to $50 or $60 and they will still sell. The problem is for some reason they think like, oh, well, we can still sell a lot of copies. We'll just sell it more. Look at Expedition 33. How can they not use this as an example?
If Randy said, hey, I wish games were cheaper too. I know everybody's crunched for money right now, but this is a very expensive game, and we're confident that despite the cost that we put into it, we're delivering something that's worth that value.
The hell you will. You know damn well if they're pricing this at $80 just because they know people will buy it, and you yourself even sat there and said you're a huge Borderlands fan, you're going to pay for it. But another thing is, the reason why you will sit there and pay for it, you're not the average gamer. You get a discount on it because you get to sit there. Well, you're not going to get a discount, but you're going to get some of that money back because you get to write that off on your taxes.
That's okay. Like, do I want to pay $80? No.
I somehow don't believe that you really care if you have to pay $80, $90, $100. You're going to buy it regardless.
Would I? I would.
See, told you guys, he's full of it. He doesn't stand for what he believes in. He's nothing more than a coward.
But I don't want to pay $80 when you're telling me that the reason it costs $80 is because you'll find a way.
It doesn't matter what you want. You're still going to do it regardless. You just pretty much said it.
If you're a real fan, that has nothing to do with what you can afford, what you would pay, and if you'd pay the highest price. If we go by that logic...
I might be wrong. I don't know if it was you or not, but I'm pretty certain I've heard from a Nintendo fanboy that's a YouTube content creator pretty much sat there and said that the real fans are going to buy Mario Kart World.
Then real fans will pay $200. And are you going to punish the real fans by making them pay more?
I mean, why not? You're making real fans sit there and have to overpay for games because you willingly buy these overpriced games.
That seems completely backwards, and it's Randy putting his feet straight in his mouth. Not foot, feet in his mouth, and his arms as well, and his magic doodads, whatever else he has, because
You should have just left it at feet. You are not good at shit talking, Zach.
it's just not like that. Your most loyal customers, your best fans, the ones that show up day one, the ones that wait 7 hours in line at PAX, the ones that camp out for a Switch 2, those are not the people you should be milking.
Well, they wouldn't be able to do it if fanboys like you would stop being cowards and actually stand up for what you believe in and protect the consumers.
And scheming and trying to bleed dry just because you know they'll do it. That sounds like...
That's literally what Nintendo has been doing for like the last month. Why haven't you been able to see this? Well, you have been able to see it, but why don't you sit there and keep the same energy with Nintendo?
And there's no way that that can be the justification. Now, I don't believe that the reason Borderlands 4 may cost $80, nor the reason that Mario Kart World costs $80, is 100% because they think fans, real fans, will pay for it, and they know that they'll do it anyways.
That is exactly the reason why they're doing it. Why do you think that I and a bunch of other people like me have been sitting there screaming at you guys to get you guys to knock this shit off? You're the reason why that is happening. Not just you. Other fanboys just like you from Microsoft, Sony, not just the Nintendo fanboys, also the rest of them too. You guys are ruining it for everybody else.
I do believe that from all that I know, and the developers that I talk to, the people in PR that I talk to, the people in games making that I've worked with and know, games are continuing and have been getting more expensive.
Of course they are, but at the same time, these developers are also saying they're making record profits. So it's either that they're manipulating you or you're manipulating everybody else. Which one is it, Zach?
This cost push to $80 has been coming. The cost push to $70 was overdue. The cost push to $80 has been in the works. And this is something that is matching up with the extreme cost of developing a game.
Okay, I'm done. I am so tired of hearing from this corporate bootlicker. I cannot sit there and stand these fanboys. I really cannot. They are the reason why the gaming industry is in the mess that it is. Zach, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I truly do. The moment you get your Switch 2 and you have to unbox it, I hope it breaks on you the moment you power it up and you cannot fix it and you are forced to go to a scalper to sit there and buy one. I truly hope this upon you. Well, that's it for my reaction. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or not. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay vigilant.